Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. I am, as you can see, prepping my hair. My scalp is nice and clean and feeling fresh, but today I believe I mentioned this in a previous video. I have been on the lookout for a lot of different types of curl creams. I also added this one into my rotation. I found this at Winners, the usual. It is a Oleology. That's what the name is. Oleology Natural Beauty Oils, coconut oil. It smells nice. It smells like a donut, but it is a curl cream. So the issue I had with my last two purchases was spray oil, which actually I really do like. And then the mousse. I believe the hair mousse was better for me after a couple of days. I've had my hair curly, and if I found it frizzy or anything, I could use the mousse to retouch that, and then it'll give my hair a more defined look, but it would essentially make it less frizzy. So I found those two products useful though for those situations, whereas fresh out of the shower I prefer using an actual curl cream. So I'm really happy I found this. And again, like I said, I always use like a hair oil on hand, and so that's what the two products I currently have. I decided to also use my hairbrush to kind of like line the curls up to spread it out. Some people do it differently with their curls. They'll go in each individual section and then curl each ringlet. Honestly, even me doing this whole process, I was like, why did I do this? What I prefer, honestly, is just putting the cream in my hair and then going on with my day. But I was just really, what's the word? I was really not motivated, but very curious, because I recently bought this cream. I was like, I wonder what it would look like if I did like a whole actual curly hair routine setup. And I did, and I do like it. As you can see, my hair has never been more defined, you know? Like, once I actually do the curly hair routine, you can clearly see my curls are more defined. Like, I think it's been years since my hair has been this defined. And so it is worth it if like you are going to a party or like a dinner, a nice event, and you want to style your hair curly, to do the curly hair routine setup. Like I said, personally for me, I only use oil and curly hair cream, and then I'll go in with like my diffuser, which is what I use. What I usually do is I do it on cool setting, on the lowest setting at the beginning, and then just kind of like dry the outside. So just keep going around. Honestly, it takes a very, very long time. You're gonna expect like a good 10 minutes to dry just the outside of the hair, and then once it's dried on the outside, then you go and do the inside. And so honestly, it's just, I'm too lazy of a human being to spend my morning. Honestly, like, it's faster to blow dry my hair with my Revlon brush and just get my hair straightened that way. Like, that will take me 25 minutes tops. But this whole routine, it is a process, and it's a process of love. And so I have done that process. But yeah, so right now I'm just waiting for the rest of the hair to dry. Like I said, I did all the other parts, but honestly, like I said, I'm a bit impatient. So I'm gonna let the rest of my hair dry, air dry essentially, and then go in with, again, my hair oil on my hands, but not too much this time around, and just like separate my hair, and then I'll just separate all the ringlets that have clustered together here. Obviously the hair will go a little bit bigger, but I don't think I'm gonna get too much volume. I'm happy I tried it out. For the next hair wash, unless I'm deeply motivated, I doubt I will do this whole routine unless there's like a place I gotta go, and maybe I'll style my hair that way. But overall, if I usually have parties, events, you know, dinners to go to, I like to honestly use my Revlon brush and just blow dry my hair, because then it's just nice and quick. But yeah, I'm glad I tried it out and my curiosity has been sated. Now for the rest of the day, as you can tell from how this vlog started, I ended up eating before the sun rose, and so I ate my breakfast early in the morning. Currently right now, time is 4 o'clock, so we break fast 6 p.m. and that's when the sun sets here. So most likely we're gonna start prepping our food. What I am planning to do for the rest of my afternoon before that is write out some recipes into my journal. So like I said, I bought these journal books, right, from the winners that I went to. But I do want to start, like I said, an ingredients journal, because I do have ingredients. I like my sourdough recipe. I have two recipes that I'm trying to make for my morning breakfast during this period of Ramadan, which is an egg muffin. I want to make a batch of those and freeze it so that I can just pop them in the air fryer when it's time to eat in the morning. And then on top of that, I wanted to make these blueberry muffins to also eat in the morning. But both recipes include cottage cheese, which I need to buy from the grocery store, which I will probably do a little shop tomorrow regarding that. But today I'm going to write all of that out into my little journal and kind of just take up as many pages as possible. I don't have like a whirlwind of recipes. Like I said, I'm still kind of like, getting my foot into the baking and cook world. I'm not somebody who actively goes into the kitchen and makes a meal. I like breakfast and I like making breakfast, but that's as far as it goes. That's what I'm gonna be planning the rest of my evening until it's time to eat. Hello, everyone. It's a new day. I am sad to say that, unfortunately, when I got home, it was really close to the time when everybody was making the dinner for to break our fast, essentially. So I had to put off making all of my yummy goods for today. So today, what I'm planning on making is four different recipes. Not all are edible. One will be a rosemary hairspray that I'm making to spray in my scalp. Hopefully, I spray it every day. I already got a trusty spray bottle right here that I use to refresh my curls every day. But I'm like, why don't I just put the rosemary in here so that it's kind of like also helping me with my hair loss situation, because I am unfortunately losing a lot of hair. I don't know what it is. Something's going on. Either maybe I need more iron. I did finish my iron a while back, but the hair loss is, I really hope it's just that my hair is so long that when it tangles all together, it just makes the bunch look much larger. But what I'm going to do is that I bought some rosemary. What I'm going to do is I'm going to boil the water. Then I'm going to let the rosemary boil with it for a while. And then after that, I'm going to let it steep for basically like an hour to two. And then after that, decant it into a bottle and then keep that in the fridge. And in the meantime, hold a little bit of that in here so that every now and then I can spray my scalp. And then hopefully I can notice a little bit of reduction in terms of the hair loss. It's not like I'm like losing bunches and bunches of my hair. It's just every time I have a hair wash day, I'm just noticing the clump has gotten larger than usual. And that does worry me because, I don't want to go bald, for a lack of a better term. So there's that. That will be the first recipe for today. Another one is a blueberry cottage cheese muffin. I I'm looking for, honestly, I'm getting bored with the food that I've been eating every morning. I'm eating basically the same thing or cereal. So I'm trying to, have something quick and easy prepared. So I'm trying to make blueberry muffins and egg muffins. I'm going to freeze them into the freezer afterwards and then in the morning grab both and then just put it in the air fryer or whichever one I'm feeling for the night, for the morning, and then pop them in the air fryer for like 5 minutes or less and eat that for breakfast instead. And I feel like that'll be much more conducive with time and I won't have to like stand there in the kitchen wondering, what am I going to make today? So those are the other two recipes. And then the last one today is what I'm planning to make for dessert after everybody breaks their fast. The last recipe I'm planning on making today is Rice Krispies. So I've bought some vegan marshmallows that we're going to use to prepare the dessert. And I'm really excited to make it. All of these recipes are pretty simple and pretty quick to make. However, it is my first time making all four of them. So, the lack of skill is probably going to deter me in the speed. However, I am excited to make all these foods and I'm going to take you along on the journey. So I hope you can enjoy it with me. And if I do enjoy the recipes, then I will link them in the information in the description box below. And you can find the YouTube videos that I've been using to make them because these are not my recipes. I didn't make them up. I just looked on YouTube for egg muffins and then I found the recipe in the suggestion for the blueberry muffins. So that all came together. And so I'm going to test them out for you guys. And if I do enjoy it, then I'll leave them in the description. I'm also going to have my family try too because, I like weird stuff. So sometimes my family members are like, this is weird. Why would you like this? So I'll have I think I'll have my mom try it because she's usually pretty good in being decisive in what's good and what's not. And then I'll leave it in the description box so that if any of you are interested to try, I hope you can go to their channels and support them and, watch their videos on how to make it. But yeah, I'm not confident in my baking or cooking skills. I don't know if I will be the type of person to be, here's my recipe on my cheesecake recipe and blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's going to be me. Right now, I'm at that baby steps phase where I'm taking my steps, and venturing into the kitchen and baking and cooking. So here's to that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Benny, what are you doing? What are you looking for? Did food go down there? Okie dokie. First recipe is the egg muffin recipe. Talk about chaos. 6 large eggs. Egg muffin recipe is simple enough. Here she comes. Garlic, onion, ground pepper, and then baking powder. Ooh, that's hot. Regular flour. Put too much batter in. And they ran over and obviously made the oven pretty stinky, but they smell so good. It's just that it became flat. This one had a really nice dome, but it became flat as soon as I take it out. So I'm assuming maybe I should have cooked it for another 5 minutes maybe so it could hold the shape, but this is fine with me. Just cook through. What a mess. This one is ready to go into the oven too. Just gotta empty these out into a tray somewhere. finally done with everything, and let's just say I'm very pooped out. I think I started 12:45 and now it's 4 p.m. Yeah, it took quite a bit of time. In hindsight, preparing 4 different recipes to try to complete within a couple of hours was bad on my part. I could have waited until I could have done it over the next couple of days, but I was just too excited, so I decided let's just do it all today, right? So either way, I'm glad I got it out of the way. It's just gonna be a lot to edit out, which I'm looking forward to. Overall, I'm very excited to taste everything. So I guess I'll cut to the clip where I eat some yummy food. And I'm gonna give my little quick outro over here as well. While I do so, before I skip to that, I hope you all have a wonderful week and that you are having a great time spending it with either friends or family. And if you live alone, I hope you have a very peaceful and lovely week. Bye. See you next Tuesday.